have the windows open, that's extreme lighting, but this would be called normal lighting. All right, my cat's out the window arguing with someone, I don't know why. But anyway, we're back on the ultra short throw $60 projector. It's my NEC ultra short throw projector that I paid about $60 for, no lie. You can get these projectors on eBay for under $200. That is my model number right there. That's my projector right there. This is the environment we're in, fully lit, lots of light, nice and bright. See all my corners, everything. We don't have any dark environments with little bits of light splashed all over the place. No, it's in a well-lit environment. We got the overhead lights on, which are these are LEDs. And if you're wondering why the ceiling's black, that's an actual projection screen. I'm turning this room into a submersive screen setup. I was going to do the two 235.1s back to back, but might as well just paint the entire wall. We can do 235s in here all day if we want to. All right, so let's show you exactly why you don't have to pay all this money for these overpriced ambient light projection screens, or so-called ambient light projection screens. From what I've seen so far, they don't do a good job of displaying screens in fully lit environments. Keep in mind, the valveless projectors screens are going to cost you for a 100-inch $600 or $700 for that price. But we'll check online, make sure we're correct on that. Their 120-inch is going to cost you $1,000. As for this projector called IWA, I gotta pronounce it right, so we apologize to the company. They charge about $1,200, say around $1,200 for a 100-inch, and then if you want 120, it's around $14. I'm gonna make sure we're looking at, make sure our price right on that. But I do know that the 150s are about $5,000. Now, keep in mind this technology right here. You can paint a screen size up to 150 inches, and mind you, my projector is not 4K. It's not even 1080p. It didn't cost me $3,000. It didn't cost me $2,000. It cost me $60. That's it. All right, so let's go over here and get to the demonstration. Let's see where we want to go. Now we call this our normal lighting, because in our normal lighting we don't have lights into the windows, but the environment's very well lit.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Liberty.
Tonight, we make pizza night a Wawa night. Tonight, we Wawa.
I'm gonna check out some of that Wawa pizza. I'm curious. Man, you see the demonstrations, we don't complain about lights being 21 feet in this. I still can't get over that. I'm sorry, people, just can't get over that one. I was watching a demonstration on a projector at an expo, and they were complaining about lights being 21 feet. Oh, probably a little more than that. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're plagued by that, I couldn't imagine a normal lighting, an environment like this, which you're going to be suffering through. Mind, these projectors have 3,000 to 1 contrast, so, gee whiz. Well, I think the 5,000 model is supposed to have something like 1 million or 500,000 to 1 contrast and something like 1 billion colors, but if you got all that power and you got to be put into a booth, there's something wrong there. So this will allow the customer to be able to have a amazing image, fully lit environment. You don't have to worry about your screen washing up. There's no calibrating, none of that nonsense. If you have one of these projectors, the we call them the upper class non-name brand projectors, Valva, Remax, and there's another one with the name with an X attached to it. I don't pronounce it correctly, so I'm not going to try to say it. But anyway, yeah, we support those. This will support it. Only this screen paint will support it. Please do not go to the other shopping carts that have darker technology and think it's going to support it, because it will not. This is the reason why we have this available for the customers, because if you have one of these projectors that fit in that category of a screen paints not being able to be the support, this will do it. If you don't have one of those projectors, well, it doesn't really make a difference. It's still going to support it. And as you can see by the ambient light projection technology, it pulls in a fully lit environment. Now we have customers that can take those projectors back and upgrade to darker technology, and we have customers that are stuck. And I mean, they're stuck. They've had the projector too long, they can't return it, and it's a very expensive machine that they paid a lot of money for, and I can understand why you don't want to go down and cough up another $2,000 or $3,000 for another projector when that one's pretty brand new. So they're either stuck at the mercy of basically being forced to buy one of their screens or dealing with the white and gray screen. That's what they're stuck with. And in all those demonstrations, and we did the research, we did the YouTube field trip, we looked around, what did we find? Dark environment, dark environment, dark environment, dark environment. One guy came in with the lights on and turned them down when he put the projector on. Oh, come on, gee whiz Louise. These are supposed to be replacing TVs. How is this going to work? TVs can operate in fully lit environments. It doesn't even have to be an OLED. Still can full contrast level. What are you doing here, Mr. Nosy Pants? Mr. Nosy Pants always got. Oh, you hear the birds. Okay, go ahead and chill, 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 chill. You hear the birds playing. That's what it is. You want to listen to birds in the next room? Put the birds on for you. All right. Let's go to, let's see. "4K demonstrations."
Getting that from YouTube. Residence Day sale. Get up to 50% off spotlight deals plus special financing options for every budget at Ashley.
Invention is an act of determination. Go where you could.
Now we get this all the time. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this sooner or later. I'm like, well, your screen doesn't match the speakers. Gee whiz, I swear. There's just some days I just want to arrive to people's houses with a huge piece of newspaper and a spray bottle sometimes. I really do. Let me explain something to you. All right? Not to customers, not to you guys. These are dumb questions we get from naysayers just trying to cause confusion and trouble. I have to explain to after school these guys 24/7. You see that screen over there? There was no claims ever made that that screen could pull 100% black level. Not ever. We developed black technology. We would know this. Which screens can pull 100, which screens can't. When you don't develop black technology, these are the people who make these claims that should not be making these claims because you don't understand how black technology works. Therefore, that cannot pick up 100% contrast. This one will do it because it's 100% black. So no, that's not going to match my speakers when that contrast level comes on. This one will do it. And the reason why I know the difference is because I make both. So that's how I know. So no, it's not going to match the speakers. We just huge policies right there on the site explaining everything to people. So at least we're honest with our customers instead of claiming that the product can pull contrast level stuck in dark environments and high powered, contrast projectors, which we don't do. So yeah, but at least we're honest with it. I want the customers to be able to see what they are getting in a fully lit environment, not in a fake environment. So this is what I literally had to have this conversation. You believe it or not, I had to have it. We make black technology. We would know. Of all people, we would know. And we specialize in ambient light projection technology. Another thing we would definitely know. The important thing is that this screen can pull up a darker shade of gray, and that's what it's doing. And it has to pull up a darker shade of gray that's going to be able to compete in the environment that's well lit. Demonstrations we mostly see are demonstrations in pitch black environments where the contrast levels are going to pull much better, but that's where the customer is going to be stuck at. This technology doesn't allow you to be stuck in a dark environment. That means the screen neither has ambient light projection technology or the capability of pulling up in well-lit environments. So that's what I have to explain sometimes to naysayers that come on. And they go, well, it doesn't match. I'm like, gee whiz, seriously? We're talking to a person that actually specializes in that field. So clear that up with them so they can understand. Now let's get back to what the technology is designed to do. Pull up in a fully lit environment without your product washing out or fading. And for the whole purpose of why the technology was engineered way back when we had it under Phantom technology was so that we had customers that had those particular projectors that we wanted to make sure that they were getting at least some kind of bang for their buck at the end of the day. Because again, to spend money for a screen that's going to cost you that kind of money is, very pricey. Even at $600 is very pricey. For 100 inches is very pricey. We can do it at $337 at 150 inches easily. Now the Valve sample sheets, really hard to get your hands on. I've tried, but I wonder about that other company. I wonder if I can get hands on their samples. It's going to get to a point now we're going to start engineering technology for better screens for those projectors. I see that one coming. I talked to a couple customers, and honestly, they really don't want to spend the money, that kind of money for that screen, especially when you're just stuck to one size. They don't want it. Love having that light hit that screen. Now this environment, with the meter we had in here, we're nowhere near in the range of 220 lux. Nowhere near it. 220 lux is not bright at all, period. It's very extremely dim. Sony 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
I want to see that one with the. Done already. Well, this one right here. But I want to do the other one too. Seriously, why are we up here? There. This is literally what I hit. Oh, never mind. I just saw something I haven't seen in a while. Definitely want to do this one. Oh, and I got the whole list in there too. Joy, joy. Let's knock it out. Before I paint over this surface, because this whole wall is going to be painted over and primed for the new screen, the gunmetal technology. Before we go down that road, I'm going to put in a bigger screen than what we have here. I'm going to try to see, let me see, if we do it from, I got to make more of that stuff too. Now if we make it, let me see, I want at least from here to here, a little bit farther. Yeah, I want it to connect to that right there. Make it one big screen there. And pull our projector back even more. The bigger the screen, the more light we take in. We can do that easy right from there with no problem. So I want to make the screen bigger, much bigger. So I'm gonna make another 2 more gallons because we're gonna go through this stuff pretty quick. Let me bounce and show you my ultra short throw projector 2 in the shot because I want to get that in the shot too also. Showing you we're using our $60 ultra short throw projector by NEC. Oh, we got the short throw and we got the light in the ceiling at the same time. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. All right, you guys can check that out. I don't need to be here. I am going to go take care of some business. I found my booster finally, so now I can go in and I can basically upgrade my make stronger connection, which I understand that's where I got 5G in here. So I'm talking about real ambient light projection technology. Our technology here has something called contrast shifting technology, which allows the screen to produce darker shades of gray, especially in fully lit environments. And as I expressed this many times before, when you're doing these demonstrations, they have to be done in fully lit environments. That way the customer knows exactly how much light the screen can take in, especially when it comes to contrast, which is extremely important. Right here. Now we're going to share in several different displays. We showed you multiple times on ultra short throw. We're going to bring in Old Faithful, our 1000 lumen projector. Hit the screen, it's going to pop right on because it has that 48 ambient light projection technology embedded into it. Now this technology used to be under Phantom. Phantom's technology is tested. And yes, we have the test demonstration to display it. One of the test demonstrations we have under Phantom is 13 feet outside on 1000 lumens it was able to pick up with no problem whatsoever. The only difference is in the upgrade is we actually added in heightener, which actually allows the screen to pick up higher white levels. We added in contrast shifting, allows the screen to be to shift over to darker levels, especially in fully lit environments. And then it has that whopping 48 technology that allows the screen to maintain in fully lit environments without washing out. So keep in mind, we got a huge, massive cookbook on our Crystal Age page of all these ingredients. We can go in and just upgrade it with 3 elements, and that's it. Boom, new technology, that fast, that quick. And they've all been tested, every last one of them. You just get upgrades. That's what we're doing with the gunmetal technology. Look at the most recent gunmetal we did, and we're going to be upgrading that with a 57. That thing is going to be crazy. I'm doing my walls, back-to-back walls with that, and especially the one in the next room. We're going to do that too, also in there. Oh, is the demonstration coming next? Okay, cool. Let's play it through. Now, if I can run this off a $60 NEC 720p projector, yeah, you can run it off anything. Well, we can't say anything because, like I said, you have the more, how can I say it? The more advanced non-brand name brand projectors. Those are the ones I would go near. The 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 units, $150 units, I don't know about that. I'll tell you the truth, honestly. As a projector, they really didn't put a lot of effort and they built it to begin with. So, I mean, it's like at your own risk. If you get it to pop and get it to work, then it's you. If you don't, then, it's kind of a huge risk to take for $337. Like I said, you just come off better just basically just going out and just getting a name brand projector that we paid for in here. We get them for $140. We get them for $100. I still got one yesterday for $83, and short throw NEC for $83. But for those of you who have those high-end unnamed brand projectors, these are people, like I said, in the day that are stuck and they don't have an option. They can't go over to gunmetal technology because it will not work on those projectors. That's why in all the demonstrations, we looked at all the screens. None of those screens are gunmetal technology. They're not even that dark. So you're going to be forced to pay. You already paid for a projector. You're going to turn around and be forced to pay for a screen that can't even pull up in a fully lit environment. That's jacked up. Now let's get a white sheet of paper. I'm going to stick that in the middle of the screen. My walls are gray, so you know that they've got a certain tone of gray. Let's see. Usually when I look at these ultra short throw screens, whether it be Valva, whether it be Elite screens, it's all the same. I don't never see fully lit environment demonstrations at all, period. These flowers in here.
Castrol GTX Full Synthetic provides 6 times better wear protection. Better oil for maximum protection.
I think this place is kind of amazing.
So my projector is 3600 lumens. As I told you before, that when you use ultra short throws, at least at a distance throw projector, you're going to lose some of your lumen count before you make it to the screen. This is why they have tremendously high amount of lumens, because they know they're going to lose lumens as they make it to the screen. But you're talking about 3000 lumens right up on top of your screen. If your screen can't maintain or absorb that, your screen's going to wash out. Now you got to deal with the light we have in the environment, and you got to deal with an additional 3600 lumens sitting away from your screen. That's why a white screen is the absolute last thing you ever want to use with ultra short throw. You definitely don't want to go near that. But that's usually what happens to most people when they buy these projectors. They figure, hey, got a billion colors, it's got 2 million to 1 contrast, this is going to work, I'm not going to have a problem. And then they contact us. For a while we had to turn them away because our black technology wouldn't work with it, but now we can welcome them. I would be extremely ticked off if I paid that kind of money for a projector and I found out I couldn't even upgrade to darker technology with it. That's why I felt bad about the customer I was talking to. Because in the situation that he was in, because I had we weren't going to basically bring it back. We weren't going to bring back the Phantom technology with that integrated. We weren't going to bring it back, period. Wasn't even thought, it wasn't even on the table. The reason why I brought it back is I had a conversation with that customer. He was literally stuck in a situation he couldn't even get out of. Paid all that money for that machine, we had to turn him down, we couldn't help him. And I thought to myself, we can take the Phantom technology, we can integrate the technology we have now into it, and we can get this. And then that way, that gives them something at the end of the day. And then seeing the price of what they're doing, seeing these new projectors. I mean, first it was just these, WeMax, and I forgot the other one's name. It begins with an X, which is what I'm talking about. But anyway, it was just them. But now I see more and more American companies making these projectors, because that's an American company that built that machine. The ALR, what it's called, that's an American company who built that machine. So I don't know what the freak is going on. And then they're coming up with their own particular screens that come with it that cost even more money. That's insane. And this is where we're going down. This is the road we're traveling now. That's jacked up. So if the customer uses it on a white screen, this is what he's facing. Can't be in a fully lit environment. Even with the lights out, that screen doesn't even work. These great products out here, they don't even test them properly. There's no test on any of their products. So what are you dealing with that at the end of the day? That poor fellow who had the 200-inch screen, I'm pretty sure if he saw some proper tests on it, he wouldn't have gone near it. And he's got a washed out screen sitting up there in that beautiful theater room. 4K projector ain't doing him any good at all. It's worthless. The only thing they're good is the sound system, that's it. So you have to worry about these untested products that they're making. They're pushing out. I don't know what's worse, the untested screen paints or basically these projectors that they're churning out. Oh, man. And everybody's just cutting corners just to get rich quick. And the customers in the middle had to suffer for it. It's pitiful. Somebody said to me, "You just tapping into this resource to make extra money." If that was the case, I wouldn't charge so cheap of a price, would I? If it was about money. If I'm doing demonstrations that they can't do at the end of the day, why am I charging so less for my product? If it was about money. It's about even in the playing field. That's what it's about. That's what it comes down to. I mean, we're taking out $5,000 certified screens. How come we're not charging $3,000 and $4,000, even more for our technology, because we have the capability? Our technology is under $1,000, all of it. And yet we can go way beyond where they can go at the end of the day. So if it was about money, we would be charging way more than that. It's not about money. It was never about money. In the beginning, it was about even in the playing field. It came down to the point because I didn't want to spend $3,000 for a screen. That's how all this got started. Because I refused to pay $3,000 for a screen. This rule didn't start because of money. It started because I didn't want to spend $3,000 for a projection screen. I refused to do it. Taco, what kind of theater room we gonna paint in there for you? He wants a theater room set up for his birds. We're gonna hook him up. Oh, I forgot, you got taco paint. You got your own screen paint. You make your paint and put it in there. Get your own screen paint. We gotta get that up and going too. Started too. Taco's paint. Taco's paint goes to the SPCA. All his proceeds go to the SPCA. So we need to get him up and going. I'll be working on that mid-summer. Now, if you're interested in the NEC projectors, I'll put the model number in there. We have customers that come in and don't want to spend a lot of money for an ultra short throw. And if you're to get an ultra short throw, it's going to be costly. It's not costly. The NEC projector we're using in the demonstration, like I said, you get them for like under $200. I wouldn't pay any more than that. Brand new. They're like about $1,700, $1,800 brand new. And they're nice, 2 HDMI ports, and they got a 4000 to 1, which is higher than some of the other projectors I've seen so far. These other unnamed brand ones, and it has 3600 Whopping lumens attached to it, so really nice. I bought a couple of them. On top of this thing has a position bar in it, which I freaking love, because that allows me, like sometimes when you set an ultra short throw projector down and it hits the ceiling a little bit, this thing will actually push it down, adjust it in place, which I like about that. If I could get a pallet of those projectors, man, I would basically, I can convert those things easy. I would basically take that projector and put it in a package deal.
I say to you.
Because I definitely would change out the case. I mean, we can alter and change the case. I can turn that, oh, I forgot we're supposed to be doing that too this week. When we alter and changing the case. So I'm actually going to be turning one of these cases jet lacquer black. When the fans, we're going to replace all the fans inside and put those neon fans in. Yes, they will run. I know how to do all that stuff. You know, I got little PC skills under my belt. So yeah, I can modify stuff if I want. So yeah, I'm going to change out the entire thing to something completely different. We turned one of these things into an Apocalypse PC. It had freaking corrosion. Actually, I still have it here. I don't have the motorized projection screen. I didn't feel like bringing it. It was too big. But yeah, we converted one into this bio freaking design. Next one I'm going to do it in all black lacquer. It's going to do a good shiny look to it. And we're going to put in glow-in LED lights. And the bottom we'll put a UFO effect to it. You can change the cases on them. I used to do that with computers. Going, I didn't like the case, I would just take the whole thing apart and just sand the case down and basically prime it and coat it to the color I wanted. Didn't have that peekaboo glass. I had a machine in the house that would cut the case, and we actually drop our holes in it for our screws, line the plexiglass in, and just slide everything in, just lock it all together, put neon lights behind the back of it and everything. And it got to the point I didn't like the color of my monitors anymore, so I started taking my monitors apart and actually coloring the monitors they would match my my computers. When you start taking apart enough stuff, you realize that everything has, and just pick it all apart and put it all back together again. So I have one here I'm going to test, I'm going to work on. Yeah, I'm going to convert this one right here. I definitely want to change this out. We're cocky, we're going to rebuild this baby. It's on the table. Wow! I'll tell you something. That projector literally just came out and they're already having like huge sales on it right now. That's never a good sign. That's an extremely bad sign. That's like if the P2 just came out and then a week later they got it down like 50% off. That's not a good sign. That's not something you want to see that fast and that quick. I want to still see if I can obtain a sample sheet of this screen. Valve is hard to get. I tried Valve. That was extremely hard to get your hands on. They don't want to give out a sample sheet of that at all, period. Have a look at this real quick. This is where we do our little field trip at. We're not going to go scour for a projector. That just takes too long, but something I want to look at in here real quick. I'm going to grab my chair. Can't wait to start working on my sofa project. I always try to do things a little different. I don't want to try to do something, learn something new as you start learning new stuff. Tell people, don't be afraid to do stuff. You learn new stuff and teach yourself something new. If this thing works out the way it does, I mean, pretty much I never have to buy a sofa ever again. Alright, so this is the company right here. This is an American company, which I'm curious. I want to contact these and get a sample sheet. Billions of colors. Clearly did not see that in that booth at all. That guy sat there and said the screen was washed out right there from the door. That's the smart cabinet that they have. And they have bundles. This is what see that right there? That's never a good sign. When you're seeing like sales pop up $500 on the deal, yeah, it's not good. That just came out. That machine just came out. So let's see, we have daylight, ambient light rejection screens. Let's go pop over here. Let's show you what a 100-inch of one of these screens are going to cost you. I tell you, this is what's going to happen. A lot of these companies now are going to start making these strange projectors. They're going to come out with these weird and wild names attached to them. And they're going to have their own particular projection screens for their projectors. And they know the only thing, you can't go near the gunmetal screens because they're not going to pick up on those projectors. They're not going to be able to see them. The white screen, which I just showed you behind you, doesn't pick up jack at all. My projector is 3600 lumens and it won't pick up. Their projector they have over here, I think the most advanced one they have over here is 35. So my projector is literally higher than that one over here and it doesn't pick up on a white screen. So that's what customers are facing right now. The gray screen paints, well, at the end of the day, those things are not even tested. There are no test demonstrations under these gray screen paint products that are being pushed out. So they're just as worse as these machines. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So from what we already saw, this is supposed to be a daylight ambient light projection screen. I gotta take a field trip. I want to see exactly who has this on YouTube. No, be nice, be nice. That's not what I asked for. Be nice. I didn't ask for all that. Seriously? That's what I asked for. I want to see if someone on YouTube has this screen on display in the same environment we're sitting at right now. Why did I do this mess? What do we have in here? What did it give me here? It gave me a whole bunch of other nonsense in here. It's not even what I asked for. Really, seriously? Alright. Let's see what they typed in here, because I know what I copied and pasted in here. What the heck is this zoom on the end of it? That doesn't make any sense. I should even be there. Alright, what's going over here? And ask for none of that. Actually, I asked for this. That's what I asked for. And I didn't ask for this. This is not supposed to be there. Type that in multiple times, literally. Alright, now, let's see what we get. Now this is the screen that costs $5,000. No, this is 120 inches is I think 1,400. So let's see what we get here. Let me get my charger. I guarantee the blinds are shut. They're definitely shut. Then open the blinds. It's gonna wash out. Excuse me, Taco. I gotta get a charger. I need a charger. What am I getting here? Come on, man. Move. Charger. Gee whiz. I swear, man. I tell you, the movie takes its time just walking through. Gee whiz, I swear, cat's driving me crazy. I love my cat, I tell you, but I'm trying to rush to get things done, and he just gets right in front of me and just takes his time dragging and walking. Or there are people who drive like cats. Literally, there are people that drive like cats. What the freak are you doing? The light! All right. All right, so this is a person who has 120 inch of this screen. Let me show you right here so we can show you that we're actually looking what we're looking at right here, okay? Now, we're trying to get something that matches our environment that's going on behind us right now. On this screen that they're using. Let me bring this down a little bit here. There you go, that's much better. Okay. Some sound too. So as you can clearly see, the environment is dark. They got the blinds shut. Definitely got to shut the blinds. It's going to have some problems with the screen. Every last blind is shut. And looking at outside the window, it's got to be around probably late in the evening. Because if there was actually any real light, it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You could see shears of light just pushing through all those different bits of cracks in the blinds with no problem whatsoever. This environment is fairly dark. Now you just saw that a few minutes ago. Did you see the light adjustment just changed that fast? You know why? Because I'm looking at the neon underneath of the display case. Watch. Do You see the neon on the display case? You see how it's not illuminating that well because there's actually light, there's some light in the environment. Now watch it light up. Watch it get really bright. Watch your LED lights in the bottom. Now you see the difference when the LED lights are really illuminating? That's because at that particular time he had it dark. This is what he considers to be a well-lit environment. That thing would not survive in here. So pretty much what you're paying for is the fact that the screen, you're paying for this. This is what you're literally paying for. You're paying for the fact that you have a screen that goes up and down and this moves and that. You're just paying for this right here. That's all. This right here is not ambient light rejection whatsoever, and that projector at the end of the day is only can do a 3000 to 1 contrast. If that's the one at 2500 lumens, yeah, that's all that's doing. You didn't see any contrast demonstrations at all, anything at all whatsoever. They didn't show any bunch of bright colors. Yeah, that's what you're definitely going to be seeing all day long. They don't do that. You're not going to see any real contrast demonstrations. The screen will wash out, so you'll never see that. You'll see a lot of bright colors. That's what you're going to get. All right, we have to move on. Let's see if somebody else has it over here. Someone has a demonstration right here. Are we? Putting the screen together. Okay, assembling it. So basically just assembling the screen itself. We've seen this one. This guy definitely is in the dark with this projector.
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be checking out the
Environment's already dark already. That's the main problem. Look at the background.
We're going to be using the projector with a 100-inch.
Environment's already dark already, so he's got all his windows covered up already from the door. It's already dark in there. And he's going to have the light setting even a more darker environment.
Green size.
I don't want to play this voice because I don't do that too much on people's voices. So he already has the environment preset. It's got curtains here. None of these curtains are open, so this is already set up already, but it's going to go even darker than this. There we go. There you go. It's not a money paid for a screen to be sitting in an environment that dark. It's supposed to be replacing the TV. And the fact that it's sitting that close to the screen, are you kidding me? And it's that, and they even have to darken the environment even more. Gee whiz Louise. This is really pathetic. It's a lot of money for a screen to be sitting in the dark all day. That's horrible. That is absolutely freaking horrible. Look at this. Look what I'm seeing right here. You see all that gray in here? See all that discoloration? This is not supposed to be there. That's smoky discoloration. See, if our screen pulled it up, you would see the smoky discoloration. This happens when a screen can't read and register a contrast level. Anytime you see it, and this area is dark. If you notice, look at the environment. Look how dark the environment is. You see that ashy, washed out look to the screen? That's not supposed to look like that. Not for that kind of money at the end of the day. Oh, my goodness, I swear. What is this world coming to? I'm going to watch a basketball game in the dark too, are I? Now you see that. You're watching the basketball game in the dark. This monitor right here can actually watch a basketball game. Oh, good gracious, forget it. I'm not even going to go into a rant on this. This is freaking pretty pathetic. Are you kidding me? You spent all this money for this projector and this freaking screen, and you're sitting in an environment so dark you can't even see the emblem on the projector. That is just, this is supposed to be a laser TV projector? Oh, he spelled projector wrong on top of that. Like a freak, seriously. That's 3,500 lumens. This is the one that costs five. Oh my goodness. Hold on for a minute. I gotta take a breather on that one. Do you know how much that projector costs? That's the 3,500 lumen series model. That's a $5,500 projector sitting there in that case. Do you have any idea what that case costs? That whole setup? That case right there costs $5,000. Yes, and including tax, whatever, it's probably about $11,000. It's $11,000 worth of hardware sitting there in the dark watching a basketball game. And here we are sitting here with freaking $60 on a projector, fully lit environment at $337 on a product that can beat that at the end of the day with the projector. Gee whiz Louise, I swear. It just can't make this any more easier. We're going to definitely tap into this resource left and right. We're definitely tapping into this resource. We can make better screens for their crappy projectors. Gee whiz, this is messed up. So it is a crappy projector. What the freak? That thing is supposed to have 3,500 lumens. It's sitting that close. I think it's sitting closer to the screen than my projector is sitting. This is my projector. That's where my projector is sitting at. Yeah, it just disgusts me, people. You know, it's funny. I have to watch Gordon Ramsay, and I can never understand why this man just gets so freaking ticked off when people do things wrong. And it's because he's passionate about his work. He loves what he does, and he can't stand it to see people get robbed at the end of the day. 4K tropical fish relaxing. I didn't ask for a commercial. I asked for 4K tropical fish relaxing. That's what I asked for. 4K tropical fish relaxing.
Getting that from YouTube.
Unbelievable. I couldn't care less about. It was like, well, you sound a little bit. No, it's not about that. It's about you're supposed to be to make good technology for customers. That is uncalled for right there. That is completely uncalled for. That is absolutely poor. That's poor. Basketball game highlights.
Getting that from YouTube.
Why are you here? I'm supposed to play Wiggins. Who's supposed to be here? Fish.
David Guthrie, Tyler Ford, and Musa Dagger are officiating crew.
This is how it's done, people. Pull my cord out. $60 projector. Our technology, white screen, fully lit environment. How are you sitting in the dark with a screen like that? How in the world? With that much money for that machine? It's bogus. Oh, that's horrible.
Rebounded by George. Both teams out of the gate slow here.
That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. That's just unacceptable. No. No. I told you, if it was up to me to decide who would get certifications for screens, there'd be a lot of people crying because a lot of people wouldn't get it. But I guarantee you, whoever did get it from us, their screens would have to be outstanding. Sorry about that. You're supposed to have, for that kind of money, that screen is supposed to function.
Leonard trying to get involved. He does. 3. Golden State, it's been rough on the road, really rough. Poole, big shot goes. Beautiful touch for Jordan Poole. Clippers were trying to push this in transition. Now it's man. Hero, dump off, zoom box.
Did they show you any angle gain in those demonstrations? No. They don't show you angle gain. They don't show you any of that at all, period.
To its alley? No. Your resident speaks for itself. Kuminga slams it down, and Golden State with a shot in the arm.
4K tropical fish, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
You go small.
That is absolutely horrible. Oh my goodness. goodness. Can't even make out the emblem on the freaking projector. Just sitting there in the dark. That is just absolutely horrible. A white screen right back up there. It's just not, just, no, you don't do it that way. You don't do it that way. That's horrible, people. That's sad. It's a lot of money. At the end of the day, for a machine that you're sitting that close, and you gotta be in the dark. And I don't know how people review these machines at the end of the day and act like they're doing something great and they're not. That's absolutely horrible. There's no way in the world that environment should be that dark. We got screens that we've done at 150 inches. We got screens that we've done outside at 140 inches outside. And you mean to tell me that screen right there costs $5,000 and that's a $5,500 projector sitting there and that environment is so dark? The only way you can see the projector that's the screen is flashing light on it? Oh, come on. There's no way in the world I'm gonna have a game at my house. I'm bringing people over to watch the game and we're in an environment that dark, especially if it's my man cave at the end of the day. You see the couch? Hope that remote control has got a backlit to it. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. This is going to be the new thing, people. This is what the new thing is coming to. You're going to see more and more of these projectors popping up with their own screens attached to them. Let's see how much and show you how much that screen costs at the end of the day. This projector right here, this is the 100-inch screen. The 100-inch screen is going to cost you around, there you go. That's what you're going to pay for a 100-inch screen. Funny, because if you look at this right here, I'm going to bring this down a little bit before you can see it right here. If you look at this, did you see any demonstrations that match this? Any of them? Because he didn't do a demonstration like this. This would have been quite impressive to see a demonstration in a fully lit environment with that much light in the screen. I didn't see that. I didn't even see this demonstration when they had it at the electronics show. Didn't see that one either. So that's 100 inches. This is for the daylight ambient light rejection screen. This is going to cost you $1,400. Where's that coffee table projector? Where that stand? 150-inch screen, 100 to 150-inch screen. What do we got here? All right, that's the price for that one. Let's see what happens if we jump this price. That's 100 inches. Let's get a 120 inch. With 120, ooh, my goodness. 120 inch of that screen is going to cost you $2,300. Let's go with 150. What's 150 going to cost you? $5,000. I told you it's $5,000. $5,000 for 150 inch of a screen. We literally just watched a fellow in there do a demonstration on, and he's watching the game in the dark. On a projector, that's supposed to be 3,500 lumens. Now, am I jealous that they're making that kind of money? No, I'm not jealous. I'm expecting to see better for that kind of money. That's what I'm expecting to see, a better projector. And it's sad because the way things are going in with the projector industry, that people think this is normal. This is supposed to be normal. Being stuck in a dark environment watching a basketball game is normal. No, it's not. It's not supposed to be that way. If I didn't develop my technology and I had to do with this, I'll be TVs all day long. You see nothing but OLEDs in here. You would never see a projection set up in here ever. Let's go and see how much the laser TV. These are laser TV projectors, okay? This is the laser TV with stand. It's the vanishing TV. I got a nerd to call it a TV. Gee whiz Louise. So that setup that he had in there was $15,000. 100 to 120 inch screen with that stand attached to it is 15 grand. And he's sitting in the dark watching a basketball game. 15 grand. Let's see how much he paid for the projector, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't come with the projector. Nope, that's just a cabinet, and it comes with the screen of a 100 inch to 120 inch. Doesn't come with the projector. So let's see. He had the projector with 3,500 lumens. Where's he shout out for the big boy? So let's go with the laser TVs. Let's go with the 3,500 lumens. Let's see what he paid for his projector. Let's see, where are you at for the projector? Where are you? Here we go. There's the price right there. If you can see it, the price he paid for the projector was $5,500. 3,500 lumens, 4K, 3D, triple laser. And he's sitting in the dark. Man, I spent $25,000 for his setup, and he's sitting in a dark environment. Wow, man, that is pathetic. That is extremely pathetic. Just give you something to soak it in. Just think about it. He's sitting in the dark right now. He can't even have the lights on or nothing. That screen washed out when he had the lights on. And he watched the basketball game. The reason why he did that in the dark, because that's where the best picture is going to pull through for that projector. Now, you watch the demonstration where they had him in the booth. In the booth, you can literally look down the hallway. You can see the hallways are well lit, but then the booth was dark. Gee whiz Louise. This is going to be the new thing. This is what's going to be the new thing right here for you. You're going to see more and more of these projectors pop up. And you can't put these on black diamond screens. You can't put these on the Dark Star 9. It does not work with gunmetal technology. It will not work with it. It'll come up too dark. The screen won't even register. If that was the case, their screens would be gunmetal if it did work on it. But it doesn't work on it. That's why they had this kind of really silvery kind of gray to it. Because the lighter the screen, the better the image is going to pick up. But the contrast levels and ambient light projection is going to fail horribly. That's why the guy was sitting there talking about the booth being washed out, a little grainy, because the screen was having a difficult time maintaining even under a booth and that environment, because it was taking on 10 times more light because it's a much bigger screen. The smaller screens, which at 100 and 120 inch, were nowhere near the lighting. Even they sat there and complained that on the lighting too. Oh, look at the lighting we're being played with. Are you kidding me? So this for Valva is 600, starting at 650 bucks. This is for their 100 inch screen. If you want to switch over and get 120 inch, that screen costs you $1,000 now. So this is the new thing. This is the new thing, is basically to come up with these projectors that they know are not going to be compatible with gunmetal technology, so you can't use those. I had a customer already had a Bowmaker projector. He did go out and buy a more high-end screen. It didn't work at all, period. The screen wouldn't come up. So he's stuck with either light gray screen paint, or he's stuck with basically a white screen, and it wasn't working for him. That's why he contacted us, because he wanted the screen to pull up in a fully lit environment. Bowmaker doesn't make their own screen, but these companies do make their own screens, and they know where you're going at. They know you have no other place to go. You're going to have to buy that screen. That guy has $25,000 worth of hardware sitting in that environment, and he's watching a basketball game in the dark at a projector at 3,500 lumens that's sitting closer to the screen than mine is over here. That's what I'm talking about. When I told you from the door that the industry is something else, I wasn't joking with you. It doesn't come from basically being hatred. It's not about that. The industry is something else. They've been lying to you for the longest time about giving you false information by telling you that you have to use ambient light controlled environment. It's just an excuse because the screen doesn't freaking function correctly. You have to buy more expensive projectors. You need more higher contrast. Blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you all this nonsense to keep you buying projectors over and over again. The school district replaces their projectors and spends tons of money to replace the upgrade machines, still have the same problems as they had years down the line. A little bit of a bump, a little bit of a hiccup. A good salesperson can sell them just about anything, and they'll be back to The same thing all over again, trying to buy a more advanced projector to fix the previous problem that they already had with dealing with ambient light in the environment. And that costs us the taxpayer money, because every time they got to turn around, they got to upgrade. Guess who that comes out? That comes out of you at the end of the day. And we can go back and take their old projectors that they first started off, and we could get those things to fire up in fully lit environments. Now imagine how much money you could save at the end of the day that they never have to change up their equipment. Not gonna see if they're updating for something with more Wi-Fi capabilities or something like that in the day, but nothing on the range I've seen. I've seen them get higher and higher lumen counts to deal with the lighting they have in the environments. Now the lighting we have now is all LED lighting. If you have that in your place, it's extremely bright. But that's a lot of money. $1,000 for a screen that doesn't look like this. Oh, gee whiz. My goodness. Come on, we gotta stop that right there. We know darn well we don't see demonstrations like this. Tell me when you've seen a demonstration with that projector fired up in an environment like that. Can we find that YouTube video? Is there a YouTube video on this that we can find on this? Is there a YouTube video attached to this thing anywhere? Because sometimes you can pick up YouTube videos that will be attached to the pictures. Ours do that. You hit the back button, you can actually pull up a YouTube video under our images. There's no videos. Because it would say YouTube. So this is just a picture display. Gee whiz. My goodness. Let's go back into this nightmare over here. Where are we at in this right here? Is this where we're at? So the video we just had a few minutes ago. This is crazy. You're gonna be seeing more of this stuff come up. Good, they have an 800 number. I'll be giving them a call shortly. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm in the sample sheet. That's what I'm getting. Let me see. Let's go over to. I had no idea that stand was that much money. That stand is $15,000. The projector is $5,500. And mine, that's the stand and screen. The stand and screen only does 100 to 120 inches. That's insane. And the guy's sitting in the dark with this thing. All right, I'll come back to that later. I want to go back over to here real quick. And let me bring up over here. I'm going to bring that out to that projector right there again. This is supposed to be their daylight screen. Oh, we've seen this one already. This is downright. This actually triggered me a couple of times, but we'll go watch it. Let me show you right here. This is the daylight. This is the screen we just saw. This has the triple laser 3500 lumens 4K projector. This is how dark the environment is. It's literally so dark in the environment that you can actually see the dust particles moving around the projector. See it right there? That's how dark the environment is. You can literally see the dust particles that are in the air that the projector is making contact with. You wouldn't see that in a fully lit environment. You wouldn't be able to see, you wouldn't be able to pick it up. You would have to be in a really dark environment in order to see dust particles pick up off of the and in the air for the projector to be to see it, for you to see it. Gee whiz. That's how dark the environment is. Look at this. Just have a look around the environment. Look at this. Little lights sprinkled out in the background. And like I said, you can literally see the dust particles in the air because the environment is that dark. And this is supposed to be a 3500 lumens. Hold on. Look how close it is to the screen. Is my light on my projector? Oh, that's my lights are on my camera. Look how close it is to the screen. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Okay. That's absolutely not good at all. This is supposed to be when people sit there and say, well, you know, doing movies, you're supposed to be in the dark. You can, when you have a TV, you have the option. You can watch movies with the lights on with your TV, correct? So, you know, if you choose, you want to watch Batman, Superman, whatever the heck you want to watch, kids want to watch something, you can watch that with the lights on. It's unheard of. You ever buy a TV and they say, hey, look, guess what? You can't use this with the lights on. You know, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's a freaking TV. What do you mean you can't use it with the lights on? Well, if this is going to replace a TV, you should be able to watch movies in a fully lit environment with no problems, because TVs can do this. So anytime you're going to give yourself a reputation of being like a TV, you have to operate like a TV. Let me show you something really quick. We're going to come back to this. I'm going to show you something really quick. We got to go to, let me see, Black Series. Can't call your product. I've seen this all the time. I've seen people do these demonstrations. They'll try to match them up to TVs, but they'll be in a dark environment. Again, you can't do this. I've seen a couple of big companies do it. They'll be in a dark environment. You can't do this. And you have to show, when you're doing a TV display versus a screen, you have to be in a fully lit environment. You have to show contrast levels. You have to show color patterns, all that to show that it's basically reacting just like a TV. So this is what you're going to have to do. One of our screens have done this already. We're going into demonstrations. You know, demonstrations are huge. We got tons of demonstrations on our products. It is massive in here. Yes, it is. Might have to put in freaking catalog numbers in here pretty soon. We're not even done yet in here yet. And just bear with me. We got a lot to go through real quick. We haven't met the insane demonstrations. This is when I talk about people people that's making black screen paints. This is what you're going to go through. You've seen this giant freaking biblical analog in there. That thing is freaking crazy in there. Yeah, you're going to have to beat all that in there in order to basically say that you're my stuff. It's a lot. Means your 250-inch screen, yeah, you better get cracking, Jackson, because that's a big screen hang in the day. That was something else. Projector mapping applications, you're going to do all that. Tons of pictures, you're going to need all that. Massive giant grids. See, we got about 170 videos in the grid by itself. There we go. Test right there. More tests on white level tests. Demonstrations on easy to paint on demonstrations. Motorized projection screens. Let's see. We're getting down to motorized projection screens. This is for the new technology we have under the gunmetal technology. That's what that's going to be for. 720p versus 1080p and 4K and all that stuff. Did those tests are right there. Demonstrations on ambient light projection and also short throw projectors, $60 projectors, and so forth and so forth. You know what I'm talking about. Black on black versus demonstrations. Ooh, this is going to be a big pickle for some of you guys today. You're literally going to draw right into your screen in a fully lit environment. I hope your screen doesn't match that black paint, because if it does live, mind you have to do these live. These are live demonstrations, so don't mess up. Bar has been set that high. There's a lot of paint on demonstrations, making our own black paint, putting against our own screens, stuff like that. Oh, and these are the paint on screens. If you want to figure out how to paint different forms of screens, you know I'm getting that. We just rush and do this because we're just trying to get to one part here. We got a lot to go through. This right here is invisible technology. What is this? This is gray screens versus a gray house paints and technology for our screens right there. Regular house paints. Movie demonstrations for dedicated theater rooms. If you want to know about how our technology works in dedicated theater rooms, there's a demonstration that actually built a dedicated theater room right there. These are the insane demonstrations. Finally hit the bottom here somewhere. There we go, we're at the bottom. This is called the insane demonstrations. Do you see that right there? That's TV versus our technology. When you do that demonstration, you have to be in a fully lit environment when you do these tests. Can't be sitting in the dark. So when we get people make comments by saying, oh, your product comes in too dark, do you have any idea how much testing I have done under black technology? It is freaking insane. When I tell you we've thrown everything at it, That's a TV demonstration versus our product. Look at that. We can match a TV. When people sit there, oh, can you match OLED? Well, one thing about the OLED technology is basically it's a screen that produces a much darker contrast level than any other TV. That's OLED technology. That screen's physically black. So that screen has the ability to match an OLED because guess what? That screen right there is 100% black. No gray screen can do it. No white screen can do it, only black. Even gunmetal can't even match an OLED. Only we can do that because our screens are physically black. And that technology can generate literally enough white light to push off that surface in a fully lit environment that it can match the brightness of a TV. Don't ever challenge me on my black technology. I got demonstrations for days I can pull up out of the archives and go, bam, did this, bam, did that, bam, did this. We got people come in with old challenges. What about a TV? Been there, done that. I did this 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. Beat a TV in a fully lit environment on an old projector at that. I even did a demonstration where I beat a screen, beat a laptop, 1080p laptop versus a 200 lumen 720p projector and beat it. That's why I can go into the lobbies where they have OLED TVs, and they have the little groups they have in there, and they talk about TVs and stuff. I can walk in there as a projection screen maker and walk in there and have a conversation with them. What could they possibly say about my technology that I can't do? Oh, we can't pull a contrast level like you can? Yes, we can. Our screens are physically black. We have to be in the dark all the time? No, we don't. Our screens have ambient light rejection technology attached to them. We get bigger screen size. We can do an actual 16:9 widescreen display. You really can't do that unless you spend the money for it. It's going to cost you a lot of money for an OLED to do that. And if you sit there and say, well, you know, we can do 8K, guess what? I can do 8K on that thing too. An 8K projector would cost me 10 grand compared to the $90,000 that you have to shell out for a TV that's only one size. I can do that at 150 inches at 235, so 158 at 235.1 at 8K. How much would that cost you for a TV screen at 150 inches or 158 at 235.1? Yeah, way beyond $90,000. And the good thing about it is I can go outside and you can't do that. I can switch mine to ultra short throws, whatever I want to do, you can't do that. And mine costs far less. That's the conversation I have in there with them. Now, if a great product walked in there, they couldn't have that conversation. I can't have that conversation with this technology because, again, it's not going to pull 100% contrast level. But how can we match TVs? Yeah, we can match TVs easily. And mind you, my projector was 720p in that demonstration. The TV was 1080p. Now, I've seen this demonstration done with gray screen paint products that are untested. They stick it in dark environments. Why? Because their screens has a better chance of pulling up a somewhat decent shade of gray. No, you have to do that in a well-lit environment. You can't do that in a dark environment. But yeah, we beat a TV. We've done it already. Been there, done that. All right, let's go back over here to this craziness over here. In this dark environment. My goodness. See, we've seen people in demonstrations this dark, mirroring off a TV to try to show that their screens can look exactly like TVs. Well, here's a news flash for you. If I own a TV, it's nowhere in the world my environment's going to look that dark. Why would it? I can literally see the lights. This guy has a TV on right now. Here's a TV there. I can literally, this is all the lights. When I'm talking about lights sprinkled in the environment, that's it. Not for that kind of money. That's not worth it. That's not worth it, that kind of money. This is the window open. Where's the window open we have in here? Let's see. So all in the dark. Here we go. That's the window. That's it. That's supposed to be the well-lit environment. That's all tons of ambient light pushing through the environment. That's it. That's all that's hitting the screen. And this is supposed to be a well-lit environment. on a projector that costs $5,500. Meanwhile, we sit in our world on our technology. And that's supposed to be well lit. Okay. All right. Did they ever give you the angle gain? Did they give you that? Did you see any of that? Any of the angle gain? Anything there? No, you didn't get any of that, did you? Of course, you didn't. All right, people, that's basically about it. Man, I didn't think that thing was $15,000, $25,000 worth of hardware to be watching basketball in the dark. Okay. With that being said, gotta go. Thank you and God bless. We have it on the website right now, 32 ounces for $337. I gotta go. Man, that's crazy. I gotta call that company. I gotta get a sample sheet of this. Gotta go and God bless.